BassResinator here. The other day I was making some stuff and I had too much pink resin left over, so I made this baby dinosaur. But this is one that's supposed to go into an egg. So I got the egg. I've got the little thing that I'm gonna mount him on a stick and put him in there. And I've got the deep pour resin already mixed up. That's Bondcrafter. And I have a little bit of this Vegas dust mixed up into UV resin, because what I would like to do, ignore, if possible, the bandage on my finger. I said ignore it. Don't ask me about it. This is going to be his yolk sac. So I want to try and get right on his belly area. I can't put a glove over that, otherwise I would. Let me set this off to the side and put this here and cure it. Oh, come on, stand. Hopefully it's not running off, because I can't hold it. Let's see how far it went. Oh, it didn't go very far at all. Good. I gotta figure out a way. There we go. Put him right there. How's that? Yeah. So, if anybody asks what this is, you know it is a yolk sac. Because this is not part of the mold. There, now cure. And then I've got the stick that this is going to go on. The little thing I'm going to hang him down in there with. I've got my flashlight. Oh, you know what? I got another flashlight. I could use that. Be right back. I have this little flashlight. My other bigger flashlight is recharging, so I can't use it. That's why I'm using the double-sided thing, but only one side of it. Come on. This is actually the one that comes in the kit with this UV for bonding. I'm just checking to make sure that's hard. build that up so I can get it as tall as possible so that it'll actually look like a yolk sack. The yolk's on you. Okay, I'll come back to you after I finish doing all of this. Okay, now that I got his yolk sack in, you'll see that in a bit. I'm going to try and attach the mounting device Stay. Hold on to it. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more on there, and I'm going to put it under the other lamp. Ta-da. Don't want it going anywhere. Let's see, how far will that get him down in there? Yep, that'll get him right down where it needs to be. And there's his yolk sack. I want that to hold really well, because I'm going to be moving him around and I don't want him breaking off and flying down to the bottom. That would not be good. Put a little bit more on this side, and then we're done with this guy, somewhat with this part of it. Okay, I'll come back to you for the next part. Every time I have put resin into a finished piece of resin into new resin, I get, it's like a weird sheen on it, and so I'm going to try and soak him for a little bit before I put him down in there. Oh, look, there's little bubbles coming up. I didn't glue him together well enough, I guess. But yeah, there's little bubbles all over him, all over his... Why is that? See, that's what I don't want happening. Having all those little bubbles. You guys get off now so that we can have a really clean looking dino egg. You know, if I had one of those not chamber pots, the vacuum pot thing. What do they call those? I don't know what they're called now. Where you just leave your piece in the thing and it's under pressure and it just pushes all the air completely away from it. Or all the bubbles. That's what would be really cool, to have something like that. But that would work perfectly for something like this that I'm doing. But if I can get these bubbles loosened right now, the majority of them, well, that would be sweet. My dog's waiting for me to take him for a walk. I keep telling him, just a minute, and he's looking at me like, do you know the clock time? It's not happening for me. Okay, so now I'm going to have to squeeze this to get this dino in here. There we go. Now I hope, because he had that cover, that those bubbles will be loose. One way I could probably release them is put him out in the vacuum chamber. I do have that vacuum pot. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Anyway, I think, hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. It's got those big seals on the side. Crank her down. I may go try that in the vacuum chamber. Fill it up to where it's covered the dino. The dino baby. Okay, dino is covered. Take it out there now and take care of that. And I'll come back to you when it's time to unmold this. Cool. We'll see ya. Well, this isn't the egg. No. But an egg is supposed to go into a nest, right? So I got out my nest mold and I did something crazy with it. First, I dusted what is going to end up being the inside bottom of the nest with an Ultra Shift color from Eye Candy Pigments. And I'm looking to see what the not the model, but what it's called, Tsunami. So that's what I did on the bottom. But then I wanted it to be kind of green, kind of brown, kind of not dingy brown, but I used a dispersion color from Counterculture DIY called Oak. and it's a dark brown. And then I thought, well, I need to lighten that up a little bit, so let me go with a little bit of orange, but I didn't, and I used a paste that I had gotten from Eye Candy Pigments, which is kind of funny, because it's not made by Eye Candy Pigments, they were just selling it for somebody else. Let me go get it, it's easier to show you. Okay, I said oak, it's rustic oak, but it's a dark brown. But then the stuff that Eye Candy Pigments was selling was called Goose Paste, and this was called Connie. It's not available. It says it's out of stock, but it's shimmering orange, and I didn't realize it was shimmering until I started mixing it up because it had settled. And I thought, oh, whoa, okay, this is kind of a cool color. But so I dusted the bottom of this mold, and then I thought, you know, I'm gonna try and put some alcohol inks on it and then pour clear over it and let it do its thing. So I'm really going crazy with this. I have a lot of fun. Brie Reese has these neon colors, and I thought, well, let me just drop some of the green right in the middle, and then I went orange in the middle and then green around the outside, and then poured clear, and then I started mixing and matching with the rustic oak and goose paste. So I haven't seen what it looks like, so we're gonna see what kind of nest we have. Oh man. Well, we got the orange and we got the brown, but the brown looks kind of greenish. Well, there's a dinosaur nest, huh? Wow. And look at the bottom. Okay, now I must tell you, I had an amazing experience with that egg. Remember I was having those bubbles on the little dino, and I couldn't get them all loose, and I thought, well, I'm just going to put the whole mold. I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top. I'll get the dinosaur covered, and it still had about half an inch before the top of the mold. But I put that in with that little gap and put it into the vacuum chamber and let it get after. I just let it go for 15 minutes. I mean, it was going and going and going. I went out there and it looked like it was just bubbling, but nothing came out of the mold, which I'm so happy, because I would have had a big mess. There are no bubbles. It worked. So when I got it out of the vacuum chamber, I topped it off with the other, which didn't have any bubbles either. So it came out really nice. Okay, now to show you. No bubbles. Oh, I lied. There's 3 right there. But yeah, his yolk sac is intact. It's a little bit low. I should have had him a little bit higher up this way. Oh, what's with the mold? Look at that mold. Had a seam on it. Well, and I put a little bit of that Vegas dust in the bottom there. But there we are. Yeah, pretty cool. Well, what you thinking? I'm thinking it looks pretty cool. Okay, if you are a subscriber of mine, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. You cannot believe how when I started off, I did not expect to have anybody following, and that number has just kept rising. And I mean, I enjoy messing around with the resin and stuff, but I did not know it was this popular. But I am so happy and so thankful that you follow. Yes, it's very nice. Thank you so very much. And if you are not a subscriber, it's free. It doesn't cost a single penny. All you got to do is go down and push the subscribe button. Right next to it, there's a little bell icon. Click that, and you'll get notified anytime I do something new. And I do have channel memberships available on this channel. I like this side better because it doesn't have that seam visible. If you want to support the channel monetarily, that's available. And if you do want to become a member, click join. The end of this month, I'm going to be having a giveaway of either a piece that I have done or a piece that people want me to do on like a live type of thing, or a mold that I can make, or I have made. I'm not sure exactly which. Members, let me know. So if you want to be a part of that giveaway, you need to be a member. So you got to click join to do that. And there's 2 levels. Blue Bonnet is level 1. Indian Paintbrush is level 2. $1.99 or $2.99. So yeah, this is the month to join if you want to do that. I'm going to take some pictures. The sun is still out. I'm going to take some pictures of this out in the sun. Thank you for being here today, and stick around for those stills. And I may even, oh, I got an idea. I have this little turntable thingy. That's what that, sorry, if you don't speak my language, it's is a little turntable. I'll take a little video clip on that and let it rotate here for you. By itself, together, and then I'll take them out into the sun. Okay, we'll see you for the next one. Thanks for being here.